Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Microsoft Pulse. I'm lucky enough today to be joined by Matthew Ruderman and Tom Duff, and we're going to go through the Microsoft roadmap and share with you what's new and changed so you don't have to slog your way through that roadmap. We'll even tell you how it's going to impact you. What? All for free here on YouTube. So, you should know that the roadmap is broken up into four different parts. It's broken up into in development. That means Microsoft is writing the code. Rolling out means it's just starting to appear in tenants. Launched, meaning you should have it if the tenant that you're in is what it's going to be launched to. And then we have cancellations or duplications, and we don't have any of those this week. So to get started, let's start with Matthew Ruderman. Matt, go ahead.
Let's start with security. So I've got two this week. First one, Outlook data loss prevention policy tips and override in Outlook for Mac. Outlook for Mac now supports DLP policy tips, helping users avoid accidental data leaks. When sensitive content is detected, users are alerted with an inline tip or pop-ups based on the admin configured rules. This is great. I always love when we can get stuff directly in front of users before the data is even sent. This helps to prevent data from being lost. This is in development. Its targeted release is May of this year, and it is coming to standard worldwide. The next one, Microsoft Purview, Insider Risk Management, IRM alerts in XDR. So with this feature, IRM alerts and other supporting data will be available in the following Microsoft Defender XDR experiences. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's several, but I'll kind of hit the highlights. IRM alerts will be surfaced in unified alert and incident queues in Microsoft Defender XDR. And IRM alerts indicators enriched events will be available in Microsoft Defender XDR Advanced Hunting. Analysts can leverage KQL queries to identify potentially risky patterns in their users, and that will help to reduce risk, identify insiders who might be doing nefarious things in your organization, and just increase the strength of the security in your organization. If this is an item that you are interested in, I would definitely actually, in this case, recommend going out to the roadmap and looking at the full details. There's multiple paragraphs of text in this particular roadmap item. This is in development for June of this year, and this is coming to GCC High, and DoD. I believe this was released to standard worldwide last year, if I remember correctly. That's all I have for in development this week.
Fabulous. I'll go next because I only have a couple. So, PowerPoint, create and edit images with the model of your choice. And it's in development, but I'm really excited about this because sometimes you just can't find that image that you want people to hang their memories on. So, this would be very helpful because you can now choose your preferred image model, including OpenAPI's GPT image, Flux, or Auto for Smart, dynamic selections when creating or editing images with Copilot in PowerPoint, or when generating new presentations or pages. This is coming out in May, and it's coming out to the worldwide standard tenant. So I'm excited about that. It'll give you an image that will really represent your data. Although sometimes I think it's faster to search for images and go through images than it is to try and massage an image out of AI.
Mm-hmm.
So Microsoft Teams, test your microphone before you join. How many times have you joined and it's picked the wrong microphone? Because you only have like 6 to choose from. Hello, Big Betty.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? And before joining a meeting on your pre-join screen, you'll be able to test your microphone and speaker to make sure others will hear you clearly. Select Test Mic and Speaker to record a short audio clip and then play it back. It helps you confirm that the right devices are selected and that you'll be heard and hear others once the meeting starts. So this is May, and that is coming out to worldwide, GCC High, and DoD, which makes me wonder if they just missed. Hang on.
GCC.
Hang on. I think because this is a duplicate. No, it's not a duplicate. Okay. So they skipped GCC for some reason. And that's all I have in development. Tom, what do you like in development?
It's like when they let me go last because I'm not going to step on anybody.
I know you like it, so I do
why
it that
you
way.
like that. First one, Microsoft Teams, AI generated meeting archive for knowledge retention. So this is kind of cool in the fact that admins can now set a tenant-wide policy that allows Copilot and Facilitator to retain key insights for meetings beyond transcript retention periods. So basically, instead of losing everything once you hit that retention period, this is going to basically continue answering questions about past meetings, and you will be able to keep that AI generated content, meeting archiving content is stored. So, and you can configure how long that's going to be too. So I think that's going to be really cool, coming out in May. Teams Copilot, standard worldwide. Then we have a Microsoft Copilot, find meetings based on topics and keywords. So Copilot will be able to find meetings based on topics or keywords from relevant data like meeting body, chat, and transcriptions. That's coming out in June, worldwide once again. Copilot search suggestions for Outlook. So get Copilot suggestions in the Outlook search menu to help you stay on top of your inbox and calendar, find out what you are looking for, and get more done with Outlook. That's going to be June, and that's going to standard multi-tenant. If you're interested in watching video and audio on iOS for Outlook, now you can preview videos and audio files with an improved player directly on the Outlook iOS mobile app. The enhanced player provides updated controls and a smoother playback experience. That's coming out in May to the worldwide multi-tenant. And just one more. SharePoint, create charts on pages with AI. I'm kind of like, so where are you going to get your data? But this feature is going to empower authors to create rich interactive charts with AI in SharePoint when editing SharePoint pages. Authors can describe the chart they want to create in plain language within a chat on a SharePoint page. I'm still a little torn as to, and what data are you using to get this chart? But you're going to be able to use natural language to get that chart, which a lot of times is a great place to start with, because you can describe what you want instead of trying to talk it through in whatever the language is that the technology requires. That's in May, SharePoint, worldwide tenant. And that's it for in development for me.
Fabulous. I do like that one because I'm not an Exceller. I do not excel at Excel. So being able to tell it what I want to see. Now, how much will it understand when I'm, going, I'd like it to be blue. And so, we'll see how much traction we get with that.
Hey, Tamara.
Yeah.
That item, the Microsoft Teams microphone one, I went out and I double checked. It is coming to GCC as well.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
No problem.
Do you want to go next with rolling out, sir?
Sure. It seems this is the 2-day for me because I got 2 for rolling out as well. Microsoft Purview, data loss prevention. 2, prevent Microsoft 365 Copilot processing content with sensitivity labels, support all storage locations. The Microsoft Purview data loss prevention policy to restrict Microsoft 365 Copilot processing sensitive files in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint now apply regardless of the storage location. So if Copilot's got access to it, is not going to let your sensitive data come into Copilot, assuming you have that DLP policy configured. This is rolling out this month, and it is coming to Excel, Microsoft 365, PowerPoint, Word, and Copilot for Microsoft 365, Microsoft Purview Worldwide, Standard Multi-Tenant, and GCC. And then my second one is Microsoft Purview file creation / modification conditions in DLP for SharePoint Online / OneDrive and auto labeling. File creation and modification conditions in Microsoft Purview DLP for SharePoint and OneDrive with an auto labeling will give organizations more precise control over DLP policy definitions. These conditions allow admins to configure policies based on when the files were created or last modified, enabling policies that target newly created documents, recently edited files, or older content that may require stricter governance. With these date-based predicates, Purview DLP delivers stronger lifecycle-aware protection, improved policy accuracy, and greater flexibility in securing your data across SharePoint Online and OneDrive. This is great. I'm all for this. Labeling is a really powerful tool for your organization to understand what kind of content lives inside of files, and the ability to have better control over labeling policies is always a good thing in my mind. This is also rolling out this month to standard worldwide tenants. That's all I've got for rolling out.
Fabulous.
Over to me, Outlook insert graphic. Now, when composing a message in the new Outlook for Windows and Outlook on the web, why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you.
You're laughing with me, so I need to laugh, right? There will be a new Outlook graphics button under the Insert Ribbon tab. This opens a panel that will allow users to search and pick from a large selection of emojis, stock photos, and stickers, which are inserted into the message when selected. And what do we use as a hashtag for this? New Outlook for Windows. That's coming out this month, and that's standard and GCC. Then we have Copilot, real-time voice interactions with a podcast in Word. I think this is kind of cool. Don't think I'd ever use it, but it's kind of cool. So this allows you to interact in real time with podcasts created by Microsoft in Word. Today, audio summaries help you absorb content on the go, but they're one way. Listeners can't clarify or explore without stopping. With this feature, you can ask questions with your voice while listening and get answers instantly, staying in the audio experience and understanding content faster. I think that is really cool.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
I want to know if I can ask a question in your voice and it will answer me.
Well, let me tell you, Tamara, what's going to be going on with this? No.
Fabulous. Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's coming out in April and will be out to the standard tenant for SharePoint. Then we have, Copilot, Copilot Studio, edit with the model of your choice in PowerPoint. This is really interesting because I think this is going to get us closer to having great PowerPoint experiences in Copilot. You're now going to be able to select which model to use, including both OpenAI and Anthropic models, available to Microsoft 365 Copilot licensed users. April, PowerPoint, Copilot, standard worldwide tenant. This assumes that you're being allowed to use Anthropic models in your environment. Microsoft Teams video recap in Teams. Intelligent Meeting Recap will now include video-based recaps. Video recaps create standard narrated video highlights from recording meetings, including featuring key takeaways and short clips that showcase important moments. I think that's going to be interesting to see how it figures that on the fly and gives you something that you can watch in 4 minutes that summarizes a 35-minute meeting that you were in. So we'll see how that works.
And since Tom has lost his use of the English language, that's coming out in April.
Thank you.
Who's it coming out for, Tom?
That's coming out to Teams and Copilot worldwide, standard tenant.
Fabulous. And then in Microsoft Teams, spoken language detection is now automatic. So you don't have to confirm the language anymore. So spoken language detection is now fully automatic. Teams will automatically detect each speaker's spoken language and update it in real time as the conversation evolves. Manual spoken language selection will no longer be available. This applies to both live captions and transcripts when the interpreter is enabled or when multilingual speech recognition is turned on in meeting options, helping deliver a more accurate language recognition and a more consistent multilingual meeting experience. I think this is so great. It's bringing teams together globally and it's rolling out to the worldwide tenant. You should see it very soon. And then Microsoft Teams, the attendee capacity packs for team events. Attendee capacity packs provide increased capacity limits for team events. Organizers can scale events beyond base limits while maintaining a consistent Teams event experience. Now, I wonder how much those capacity packs are going to cost. But that's rolling out to the World Wide Web. Tom, did you want to take the last one?
Sure, because that's the only other one I had highlighted. OneDrive, discover Copilot actions in Team or File Preview. See what Copilot can do the moment you preview a file in OneDrive or SharePoint. Ready-to-use prompts appear alongside the Copilot button, helping you summarize documents, generate FAQs, and more, all without writing a single prompt. Coming out in April, coming out to OneDrive and SharePoint to the worldwide tenant.
Fabulous. Now it's time to take off with launched. See what I did there?
Yes. Whoosh.
Let's start with Matt.
All right, launched. I have 3. It breaks my 2 rule, but oh well. Microsoft Purview Data Lifecycle Management, hard delete capability for OneDrive and SharePoint through secure priority cleanup workflows. Admins will be able to select hard delete configuration while setting up a priority cleanup policy for OneDrive and SharePoint and skip recycle bins. So this will allow admins to have policies that enable file retention, and instead of having those files go directly to the recycle bin, they go directly into the void. That has launched. It launched this month, and that launched to standard worldwide tenants.
Next, so basically under this one, when you delete it, or if it's deleted in this scenario, it's gone.
Gone.
I'm going to make an assumption here based on what we know of how Microsoft functions, and that is it's not gone. It's gone from you gone, but Microsoft has a narrow recovery window that they could probably recover it for.
Okay.
But getting Microsoft to recover content is not always the cleanest experience. Let's just say that.
So it's gone.
So I think you should just consider it gone.
Okay.
Hair on fire moments, that's when you contact Microsoft to recover something. But in my experience, that recovery window is very narrow. So you better catch it soon. Next, Microsoft Purview Data Security Investigations, introducing new soft purge mitigation actions. A new Data Security Investigations Mitigation Action, Soft Purge, is now available to help admins quickly and efficiently soft delete sensitive or overshared content during investigations. Content deleted using Soft Purge is retained until the deleted item retention period expires, allowing admins to have further control of their data. The addition works alongside DSI's AI-powered content analysis feature, such as categorization, AI search, and examination for risk, which helps surface data security risks buried in data. This got rolled out this month to standard worldwide. And then lastly, Microsoft Purview Insider Risk Management pay-as-you-go model for other generative AI apps indicators. So this one's a little complicated, but essentially what this change is Microsoft will allow you to continue to have Microsoft Copilot experience indicators show up within the Insider Risk Management portal for free. But for other AI apps your organization might be using, those indicators within the insider risk management blade in Purview are moving to a pay-as-you-go subscription. So to continue using those indicators for those non-Microsoft Copilot AI apps, you do need to link an Azure subscription in the Purview portal to enable billing to still get those indicators. This is another one where there's a bunch more detail in the item. Since this one's launched, and it launched to standard worldwide, I would recommend going and checking your message center for more details about the specifics for this item and whether or not it applies to you. Because if it doesn't apply to you, it's not going to show up in your message center.
Tom, what do you like?
I have absolutely nothing.
Me neither.
Really?
Yeah. Nope. Nothing that tripped my trigger and launched.
Is there anything else that trips my trigger and launched?
Take a look.
I guess it was.
There's some Viva stuff.
Quite a light week. I'll touch on the Viva ones because
sure,
we all know I like Viva Engage. So Viva Engage enable community membership management in Teams for iOS and Android. This one's pretty simple. Community admins will be able to add and remove members from their communities via the Microsoft Teams mobile apps for iOS and Android. This launched this month to standard worldwide. And then the second one, experts and verified answers in communities in Engage and Teams for iOS and Android. Again, pretty straightforward in both the mobile app for Viva Engage and for Microsoft Teams on your iOS and your Android mobile devices. You will be able to enable experts and verified answers directly from your phone, which is cool. Again, launched this month to standard worldwide tenants.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining in today. I really appreciate it. We'll be back next week with what's new and what's changed on the roadmap. And until then, I hope you have a good week. Bye now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.